we're going to replace a metal sink, a porcelain-clad metal sink, because the sink has gotten rusty over the years. And to do that, we have a lot of work to do underneath in here. And what you see down in here is a white trap. You see the trap right here? We have to take that trap off first. Then we have to turn the water valves off way back here. See the water valves? Okay, there's two of them, hot and cold. We'll have to turn those off, and then we will have to, there's a nut here, and we have to take that nut off to loosen the sink from that. Then we will work up underneath further. We have clips that hold this sink down. I don't know if you can see them or not, but there are little screws up in there that we have to kind of crawl under and loosen those screws up, or else the sink won't come out. But that's our underneath prep, and we'll get started with that now. Normally I would put a bucket under here because we have to take the trap off and there's going to be water in the trap. But in this instance we don't have enough room, so I put a towel underneath it to pick up any excess water. And when I take the trap off, you notice I'm moving the screws up out of the way. When I pull it off, you see some of the water came out, but there's still water in the trap. You see that? So all we do is take that and drop that in the toilet. All right, our next job is going to be to kind of crawl under here and unscrew those nuts from the water supply. Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you? Turn the water off. So first thing I'm going to do is reach under here and turn the water valves off. Make sure that they're tight when you turn them off. There's one, and there's the other. Now the best thing to do always is to pull the faucet out and make sure both sides that no water is coming through. Okay? That way there's no surprises when we unhook the nuts down below. Now I'm going to use a standard open-end wrench under there rather than a vice grip or channel lock, because it's easier to get on those nuts with a wrench like that when space is limited. Now I've got the wrench on there and I loosen. Now what I want to do is, yes, I can get these off from being finger tight, you see? Unscrew and just pull it up out of the way. And the other one we can reach over here. Oops, I got the wrong end of the wrench there. I can reach over here. I'm trying to do this blind. Oh, I'm going to have to peek my head under here. Notice I just moved the valve just a slight bit so I could get the wrench on it. There she comes loose. Now before I unloosen that, I'll tighten that valve back up to where it was and then unscrew it. Okay, now that's a big part of the job right there, is getting those loose. Now this next part, I'm going to have to turn into a contortionist to get up underneath here and use my drill to undo those screws. So that'll take a couple of minutes for me to do that, and once I get that loose I'll be able to show you how they work and what they do. I have my head under the sink and I can see a couple of these bolts, and I've decided to go with a regular screwdriver because it's a little easier to get to it. And usually once you get those started, they'll come loose pretty quickly. Let's see here now. Yeah, I've got that one loose. Okay, now I'm going to have to change positions here and get these others loose. Okay. We're getting this one loosened now from this position. I can see a few more of them. And here, if you take a look at this, what the clip looks like is what I'm taking out of these. Okay, let's reach back here. Okay. Now we'll just keep going. There's 6 of them on here. We don't always need 6, but we'll look at this as we get them out and see. I'm sure when they put this sink in, they did it before they put the top on. That's generally the way when they construct these sinks like that is what they do. Now I have a couple more to get. That one's out. Now I've got one way back in the corner. And oh yeah, I can see it visually here now. Yeah, good, it's loose. Okay, now we've got all the clips loose now. Okay, that's another part of the hard job. It's taken care of now. Now the clips are loose and the sink is still tight. So what we do, there's probably some caulking around this edge here. So what we're going to do is grab that tailpipe that's down below here and see if we can get it loose.